them there. But they did not realize that. So they were complaining, they were murmuring, and they were doing all those sorts of things, even after God had done so many miracles in the land of Egypt for them to come out. So he looks and says, Moses, come up. I want to give you the commandments. And there begins the law. The 10 Commandments marks the beginning of law. So now this is how I will be dealing with you. When you do this, I'm going to do this. So when you honor your father and mother, I am going to increase your days. Praise be to God. Do not kill. Do not commit adultery. Do not do this. It was a way of God just trying to come close to them, trying to bring them closer to him through the law. But guess what? They were still sinning. And every time they would sin, they would slaughter a sheep and offer a guilt offering or a sin offering. And that continued. Days after days, they would sin, they would offer. They would sin and they would offer. And that was now the song. Yeah? The sacrifices. Because the blood of sheep could only atone sins once. And after that, that was gone. So you sin again, you have to do that again. And God in heaven got tired. And we see him saying in Isaiah that I will not contend with the heart of man forever. For these men are weak. So what does he do? He calls a meeting in heaven and says, what are we going to do to bring these people once and for all? I am going to send my son so that he can die once and for all. I am tired of this sheep, of the blood of sheep that does not atone more than one time. I am tired of, the blood of animals that cannot get these people to the level that I want them to be. So he, in his wisdom and indeed in his glory, he sent his son, Jesus Christ. And that is why we celebrate Christmas. And if it was Christmas, everyone would have very nice faces and bright faces because of the feasting that will be thereafter, after this service. If it was Christmas, probably, we will not even gather half of this church today. Because many will have gone for holiday and celebrating the birth of Christ. And, merry-making and, telling each other, Merry Christmas. It is nice, it is good, because Christ was born on that day. Listen. So Christ comes and, he, from the age of 30, he starts his ministry and does his ministry for 3 years. And after that, he does what? Now we get to the Good Friday. After he had finished his work, after he had done all the miracles, even people were still rebellious even at that time. Because actually, the leaders at that time were the teachers of the law. And a group of leaders that were called the Sanhedrin. And the elders of the church. And of the temple at that time. So they gathered and thought, this guy has been nothing but trouble. Jesus has been nothing but trouble because he has come and he has taught these people new gospel. A gospel that we have not known. A gospel that we have not preached, because before the gospel they used to preach, the Pharisees and the Sadducees and all those guys, they were preaching gospels that were honoring themselves, that were benefiting themselves. And Christ came and said, no, this is not the true gospel. So he changed and turned it around. And because of the church, the temple leadership at that time was not very happy.